The way the political situation is going in last few years, yes, we were anticipating that election is going to happen on time because the government feels like but looks like they're very confident and they will win another election.
Well, the main opposition, Bangladesh Nationalist Party, says it will boycott the polls if Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina does not resign before the election. What is she accused of?
Um, I mean, yes, this current government is in power since 2009, January 2009, and and already the opposition they have boycotted elections in 2014, and in that election, out of 300 parliamentarians, 154 were uncontested. And even elections in 2018, even though opposition participated in that election, and that election was not free and fair at all, and that was evident by the international observers. But the thing is that still, there was a consensus among the political parties since the restoration of democracy in the country in 1996. Democracy was restored in 1991, but in 1996, when the current Awami League government was in power, was the opposition political party in 1996, they demanded for a caretaker neutral government. And at the time, the current opposition party, they were in power. And that was Awami League's demand for a caretaker neutral government. And that demand was fulfilled by the current opposition party. But now the Awami League is in power, they have changed that political consensus, that political mechanism for holding elections in 2011. And since then, two elections happened and were not free and fair and inclusive at all. So that is why the opposition definitely, the government has declared schedule, and opposition definitely they will not participate in that election. So definitely there will be a questions about the credibility of this election.
Yeah, but so if the opposition does boycott, then Sheikh Hasina will most likely go on to win the election and extend her 15 years in power.
Yeah, she's going to complete 15 years next month. So then she will complete 20 years. So yes, but the situation is a bit different from 2014 and 2018. And I will point out three reasons why this is different. Number one, the Western world, the democratic world, including USA, UK, they're all putting enormous pressure on the government to hold free, fair, and especially the inclusive election. And this is number one. Number two, the side-by-side political crisis, side-by-side, the economic crisis is also going in the country. So Bangladesh's economy is import-oriented. And if there is again question with regard to the election process in the country, that will trigger the economic crisis as well, because already the country is suffering or facing serious crisis, economic crisis, including the dollar crisis. So this is the second one. And the third one, definitely, from my perspective, I find the opposition, they're now more organized in terms of their people mobilization. Definitely one of the reasons might be that behind that mobilization, that the crisis, the ongoing economic crisis, that also is giving rationale to the opposition's demand. Yeah.
And if the Prime Minister refuses to step down, how might this further fuel tensions in the country? There have been violent anti-government protests leading up to this.
Oh yes, if it continues, and then if she refused to resign from, or at least to fulfill the demand of caretaker government, yes, that will fuel the further violence in the country. Yeah. And long-term discontent, yeah.
And so tell us, the economy, as you say, is on the brink of disaster. People are suffering, on a daily basis, and they are angry. What are they hoping for in the coming months?
Definitely, if the political, the kind of initiative has been taken from the democratic world, and if that kind of initiative again fails to resolve the political crisis in the country, and we already know that there is a visa restrictions in place by the also that they have sanctioned one of our elite forces, and a lot of sanctions are on the way. So if really these things are coming, and if there is not a free and fair, inclusive elections, if that kind of sanctions, if it on the way, then that will again affect Bangladesh's vulnerable economic structure framework. So then there will be more discontent on the street, and situations like the Sri Lanka might happen in future in the country.
Shafi Mostofa, great to hear your thoughts. Thank you so much for your time tonight.
Thank you very much.